Yeah, Nick, you start going backwards in a minute like that. Alright?
Yeah, when you're ready.
Like Michael Cole on Monday Night Raw.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match reaction. The only post-match reaction show on the internet. We've just come back from the London Stadium. It was West Ham 1, Chelsea 2. Scott, you want to take us through the starting lineup?
Yeah, Randolph in goal, Czech carry on at right back, Creswell left, Font and Reedy in the middle, Obiang Noble, Faguli right, Snodgrass left, Lanzini playing behind Carroll.
They nearly scored straight away.
Straight from kick-off, ball over the top, Pedro through. But do you know what? We started so well. We was on top first 20 minutes, and I turned around and said to you, didn't I? Like, we can't keep this tempo up all game, so we need to score. And I don't know. The thing is, Chelsea done their own work on us today, especially David Luiz and Cahill on Carroll. They marked him out of the game for me. And the thing is with us, they knew what we was going to do. We was going to start in the middle, go to the side, whip it in. And every single time.
So predictable in our build-up play. It's slow, like you said. It is go out to the side, get it out to the wing, cross it in, and our crossing's awful at the minute. I don't think we put one ball on Carroll's head. You know, and when he did, like I said, you know, Louise and Cahill played so well against him. You know, he didn't get isolated with Aspilicueta like he should have done, and. You know.
The tactics tonight, I mean, you're going up against the Chelsea team. They play three centre-halves. They play three centre-halves very, very well. You've got to change it up a little bit. We go with the same thing every week, regardless of the personnel we've got. That's the thing that pisses me off the most.
Me personally, I wanted to see Czech back in the centre mid tonight. Noble probably I would have dropped him, and I'd have put Byram at right back tonight. But Bilic has gone with the same team as against Watford. I'd have give Ayew a start tonight as well, just to mix it up a bit, because it was so predictable what we was going to do. You know, you're sitting in the stand and I can see what we're going to do before we do it. And it's the same thing. You're coming over every week and you're watching the same thing over and over again. And look, we can't compete against these big teams. Chelsea are going to go and win the league. You know, the thing is, the only good thing I'll say about tonight, we didn't crumble like we did against City and Arsenal. Yeah. We still give them a good game. But I think Chelsea could have stepped it up another gear and got 3 or 4 tonight. If they
don't look like they got out a second tonight. They controlled the game brilliantly. I mean, we was on top for about 20 minutes. We banged on the door a few times. But it's just the way we give away goals at this stadium really worries me, because we give them away as gifts. We was in a scoring position and gave it away, and before you know it, it's bangs 1-0, and it happens far too often.
Noble's lost the ball and they've just gone straight down Hazard. You know, when you got Costa and Hazard running at you, you know they're Fonte and Reed are backing off. And
the thing is, you don't want to give players like Hazard a sniff. You know, and Noble's dwelled on the ball. Why he didn't throw it straight back in the box? You know, it's come to him. He had plenty of time to cross it, and we lose it.
Like I said to you, I mean, we sit in the stands, don't we? We don't know what. I mean, it's easy for us to say knock it in the box, but we don't know if someone's called and he's gone back. But you know yourself. Sometimes I even said, if you're not going nowhere, put it out of play.
But the thing is about this, our play as well here, is we seem to struggle to pass the ball 5 yards. All the time. The players don't show the angles. I can see that from where I'm standing. The players don't show the angles from. We're always stretching for the ball. We're always waiting for that lucky deflection. We're never controlling the play. Our passing ability lately, compared to last season, and I know we've lost a few players, but it's absolutely awful.
It's terrible. You know, like you said, they're not 5-yard passes they're messing up. How many times was Aaron Creswell on the left totally unmarked, and it takes 3 or 4 passes to get to, you know, they're happy to ping a pass now and again, but there's times when the ball's just got to go direct. He was sitting there unmarked. You know, as I said, the game plan was to get the ball wide, swing it in for Carroll. He's standing there, he's got his arms in the air, and they're still not playing. You know,
we've got too many similar players in that midfield. The thing with Lanzini, he's the only one who wants to take people on. Last season we had him and Pint. We had 2 players doing it. This season we've got Obiang and Noble, similar type of players. Obiang's obviously the better player, but you've got Czech as well. I know he's at right back at the moment, similar sort of player. Lanzini's the only one who wants to get on the ball. Snodgrass as well, but he's not. Snodgrass is good, but he's not up to Lanzini's level, I don't think.
But why is Czech still playing right back? I sat there a week ago, when we played Watford, and said if he plays right back against Chelsea,
Yeah.
he's going to get ruined. Now he's had a week to work on that.
Yeah.
Why hasn't they worked on that? The players, they look so disorganised. I mean, at one point, we played the ball out of our box, and 3 of our players that were attacking at the time run in the same fucking spot. I mean, I don't understand what the fuck they're doing. They look so disorganised. They don't look like they know what they're doing. I said to someone just before we came out of the stadium, I said, you know what we need to do? We need to get a fucking top... I'm happy with Bilic, the manager. I think his tactics, they need a bit of working on. I mean, he needs a plan B, definitely. But what we need is a top-class backroom staff. People to get them people drilled, to get them fit, to get them knowing what they're doing. That's what I think. That's what some of the problem is. They ain't got a clue what they're doing.
It's not only that. It's again the square pegs round hole scenario. You know, Czech is playing on the right to accommodate Noble in the middle. You know, we need a box-to-box midfielder. Czech is our box-to-box midfielder.
That second half, most of them players, when they got the ball, they looked like they didn't want it. And they was just looking around and just wanting to get rid of it. Like, you can't do that in this level of football. You got to look. If you're Lanzini or ever, run at people. They're either going to bring you down or you're going to create something. If you lose the ball,
when he does run at people, he causes problems.
If you lose the ball, at least you've tried. You know, you can't keep knocking it side to side. It's like window wipers all the time.
And it's even going back to the Watford game the other week, right? How many times do we go backwards? From an attacking position, we've had a corner before and gone all the way back to the goalkeeper.
Backwards more than anyone else.
I can't help it, my legs are dead.
But yeah, and that's the things. That's the things we're not addressing. You know, we haven't moved forward. We've stepped even further back. We stepped forward when we got rid of Payet and we started performing. And it just seems to be whenever a big side rocks up here, we just go right. Chuck this one. We ain't going to win this. You know, let's just try not to get hammered, and then we'll go on and beat the team we're playing next week.
The thing is, as well, I mean, Chelsea tonight, their fans were singing "You're Not West Ham Anymore," and do you know what? They're absolutely right, because this stadium, right? It's a midweek game under the lights, London derby. You're 2-0 down to Chelsea with 15 minutes to go at the Bowling Ground. We'd be getting on them. Come on, pushing forward. You got 20,000 people walking out.
More
Come
than
on.
that.
The whole stadium just cleared with 15 minutes to go. Like I said, that would never ever happen at the Bowling Ground. Never. There's no. I don't know. There's just no. I think everyone's giving up. They're just giving up.
I don't know. It's hard to explain why people do that, but you know, people do, don't they? It's not the same. It's never going to be the same. It's not the bowling.
We've got to get used to this stadium, and like I was saying earlier, you know, to Louis, he said it was dead and that. I said, when it's loud here, it's loud. When we're playing well,
It was loud at the start. There was an atmosphere, but like you know,
But this is the problem. We can't only be loud when we're winning. Exactly. We need to be loud when we're losing, and we need to get these. That's how we used to beat big teams at the Boleyn. We done it last season. You know, the crowd were there. Look at Arsenal, 2-0 down. Look at that. You remember that game? Even at 2-0 down, everyone was up, and we come back and went 3-2 up, finished 3-3. But we used to do that all the time. But here, the pitch, like I'm not going to keep going on about the pitch and the stadium's too big. It's grass. They play on grass. Don't matter.
We've played here enough times now we can't use the pitch as an excuse anymore.
With big clubs like Chelsea, United, Arsenal, City, they're used to the big stadiums in cup finals and things like that. We've got to get used to this. But it's not only that. We need fighters in that team, and we're lacking. Listen, Noble's got the heart. Has he got the legs? No. You know, he's probably got. I think he'll probably see out this season, and next season he'll be a bit part player. I don't want to see him leave, obviously.
It just seems to me that he's accommodating him. He can't drop Obiang because of the form Obiang's been on. And for me, it seems he's just accommodating him. You know, he's moving Czech out wide, at right back to keep Noble in the side.
But he can't fancy Byram, can he?
No, that's
he
it.
can't fancy him.
but then that goes back to the January, you know, saying, oh, we've got enough in these positions. Obviously not. It looked like, I'll be honest with you, it looked like Carroll's struggling. It wouldn't surprise me if he missed another month.
I don't think he was fully fit tonight.
He done well though. He got through the 90 minutes. So look, at the end of the day, anything against Chelsea tonight was a bonus. They've got no European football. They play one game a week. They're going to win the league. If they throw this away, it'd be criminal. You know, they're playing good. You know, you can't take nothing away from Chelsea tonight. But look, there's enough. I see enough in that game. Yeah. There's fight there, and we've got Leicester, Bournemouth, Leicester. Them two games there, we get 6 points here against them two. You know, we move up. We're going to stay where we are, I reckon. Just in that between 9th and 13th. That's where we're going to stay.
That's where we should. That's where we should be.
That's where we deserve to be.
Yeah, but it's where we should be this season. We just need a bit more tempo. You know, the fight is there. The players with the skill are there. We've got it there. The tempo is just so slow. Move the ball quicker. Stop dwelling on it. And the other thing that annoys me is the work rate defensively. You know, you see when Chelsea lost the ball, there was 2 or 3 players. When Lanzini got, he had 3 players around him. As I got the ball, he's 1-on-1 with someone.
Kante does the work of 12 men.
But then it's 11 against 11. You still got to track your players.
I mean, let's just get this season over now, and it's all about the recruitment in the summer. It's a massive summer for the club, because if we start next season with
anything like
similar
this
sort of team to what we've got out there, we're going to struggle. We're going to struggle.
All the other teams going forward.
Everyone,
you know,
but I've been saying that since last season. You can't stand still in the Premier League, and that's what we've done. We've stood still, and we let everyone it ain't worked out for Crystal Palace this year. But fucking hell, at least they went out and give it a good go and open their checkbook, spend some of the money that come in.
Yeah, you're not guaranteed. You can go and spend 30, 40 million on a player. That player get injured 2 weeks into the season. You know, you can't guarantee it, but at least they went there and done it, and they've tried.
Look who they signed. They signed Benteke. Wasn't happy with just Benteke. Went and got Townsend. Wasn't happy with just Townsend. Went and got Remy. I know he got injured very early on, but you know they was preparing for all scenarios.
They signed the players that we should have been signing, not trying to go for these big name strikers, because just because we've got this stadium behind us, don't guarantee your big name fucking players.
I think that's where they got a bit trumped really, because they thought they was going to come here and they're going to look at this. Anyone's going to want to come and. No one wants to play here. Don't even look like the team we've got wants to play here.
Them 3 players that you said there, we could have easily signed. All right, maybe it wouldn't have worked out if they were playing for us, but at least we've gone out and got them. You know, and like you said, it's the summer. The summer is a big, big summer.
Look, we move on to Bournemouth. Like I said, anything tonight would have been a bonus. We got the goal at the end, Lanzini. He's got a good record against in London derbies, isn't he? I think that's 8 in 11 now, 8 in 12.
First shot on target in the game.
It's a shame that goal didn't come 5 minutes earlier, because then we would have had a couple of chances. But you know what?
We had a couple of chances. One
scoreline,
cleared off the line.
2-1 scoreline don't seem as bad as what it could have been. You know.
Fonte headed wide, didn't he? Who else? Lanzini shot over. But you know, just
I just had that impression though that if we'd have got a goal earlier on, Chelsea would have just stepped out again and gone again. But
you can't deny what a great team they've got. What great players they've got. Like, even for me, he impressed me today. David Luiz at the back, he really impressed me. Like, I think he's, like you said, he's a much better player than what he was when he was first at Chelsea. And they got quality, and then they bring on quality. You know, you look at our bench to their bench, but that's the difference between having a multi-billionaire and just having 2 owners that scrimp and scrape and put a tenner in your pocket, try to get loans and things like that. That's the difference. And I don't know what's going to happen with the board. I don't know. Like, I know they can't sell. They can't sell, so we need investment. Is that investment going to come? Don't know.
I think it will. Look, at the end of the day, like you said, it's a massive stadium. It is.
It's not attractive. It's not attractive to us, but to the businessman, it is, isn't it? Anyway, we're going to wrap it up there, boys. Thanks very much for watching this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match reaction. We'll be back again next week for Bournemouth. There'll be a few of us up in Bournemouth doing it. From there.
Me and you.
Me and you, yeah, it looks like that way. Tom will be there, so we'll drag him on. Yeah, go and follow us on Twitter at West Ham Fan TV, facebook.com/West Ham Fan TV. And one thing left to say, boys.
Yeah. Come on your irons.